My name is Jason Minix. I'm a graduate of HTM in the class of 2014. And today we are here in Birba, which is a really great wine bar in Hayes Valley in San Francisco. As a teenager, I worked in restaurants. I grew up in Indiana, so there's a little town called Monticello, Indiana. Worked at a restaurant there. Fell in love with food, fell in love with dining, the entire experience. After my freshman year at Purdue, I jumped on a plane, my first time leaving the country, and flew to a little city in China called Dalian, and lived there for 6 months and worked in a 5-star hotel there. One day I was talking with this gentleman, find out he is the mayor of Los Angeles. Tell him my story, tell him what I'm doing and things, and we're talking. He's like, oh, where are you from? I tell him Purdue, and he's like, oh, Purdue. That's right up there with like Yale and Harvard, right? And I said, of course it is, sir, absolutely, you know? And that was like kind of the moment in which I realized like the reputation of Purdue, which was really important to me and kind of instilling that pride of the university in which I was attending. Right after college, I decided to stick around. I helped a family who owns a restaurant there. They wanted to open a second restaurant, so I helped them do that. One of my first tasks was creating the entire bar program. I had been a bartender before, but I'd never actually curated a program, so it was my task to choose all the wines, choose all the beers, curate a cocktail list, choose all the spirits, and do it cohesively in a way that tied into the rest of the restaurant. So I just started to learn how diverse and how interesting the world of wine was, and I fell in love with wine. And I decided that I wanted to focus primarily on wine because I loved it so much. I was able to actually snag a job in Napa Valley at a really prestigious winery called Darioush Winery. I was surrounded by some of the most passionate people in wine that I've ever met. I was in the thick of it, you know, I was learning every single day everything to do about wine, and it was just a lot of fun. So really instilled that passion even more. I find myself very lucky to be able to devote my time and my career to something that I'm so passionate about. You know, people come into Birba and they ask about a wine, and I'm able to tell them the story, and then all of a sudden we're able to talk about the people who make it and the story behind that wine. Each bottle is like a piece of art. Someone made that. Someone took the time to craft that bottle. Sometimes the wine industry can be a little bit pretentious sometimes, and my goal within the industry is to break down that and make sure that everything that I'm telling people and I'm educating them about is very digestible and very understandable. But find something that you're passionate about, focus on the integrity of it, and strive to be the best version of that you can be. Prove as many people wrong as you can. Prove yourself wrong as often as you can, especially when you're the one telling yourself no, or if someone's telling you no, you cannot do this, or no, that's not possible, prove them wrong. Stick to your drive, stick to your passions, and follow your heart.